Why is the Clifton 10 Hoka's best-selling shoe of 2025? I tried to find out why, so I bought it and took them on a run.
Wake up and straight to my phone, screen light on my face. Thumbs working overtime, no brace. Another reel, another smile I fake. Everybody winning while I break. Perfect bodies, perfect lives, while I'm stuck trying to just survive. I'm lost in this role, chasing what's not mine, drowning in filters, losing touch with the real. Everyone's shining, and I'm dimming my soul, looking for meaning in a highlight roll. I'm tired of pretending, it's taking its toll. Feels like I'm fading, lost in the scroll.
Guys, after running in these shoes, I can understand why they will appeal to a lot of runners. In my 2.5 years reviewing shoes, I have tested 224 pairs of running shoes. And here is what I found out. Running shoes can broadly be categorized into 3 groups. The first group are those shoes that make running feel like punishment. The second category are the shoes that make running feel like a workout. And the third category are the shoes that make running feel like fun. There are very few shoes in the third category, and the Hoka Clifton 10 belongs to that group. These absolutely make running feel like fun. Immediately I laced up these shoes and took a few steps. I just wanted to run. In this video, I'm going to explain to you all the qualities that make running in these shoes fun. And of course, those qualities that also make me sometimes not want to touch them. The first thing that makes running in these shoes fun is the comfort they bring. There are 2 things that make a running shoe comfortable. Number 1 is cushion, and the second one is containment. If a shoe has a good cushion and nice containment, they always feel very comfortable. So now let's talk about the cushion of the Clifton 10. This shoe sits on a high 42mm stack of midsole foam, and it has an 8mm drop. So what it means is that you have 42mm in the heel and 34mm in the forefoot. That is, the thickness of foam in the forefoot of these shoes is higher than that of the heel in many also quite comfortable shoes like the Nike Pegasus 41. And this foam is also very soft, very easily compressible. Whether you are landing on your heel, mid or forefoot, there's enough foam underfoot to give total cushioning. So you don't feel any jarring effect from the landing impact as you run, landing on one foot after the other. And the insole is also removable and very soft, so it also gives a very nice underfoot feel. Your muscles, bones and joints are mostly relaxed as you run, and after the run, recovery time is short. Now let's talk about the containment of the Clifton 10. When I'm talking about containment, what are we talking about? The inside of the shoes. How does these shoes fit? How does it contain your feet? That's another part of the shoe that also makes them fun when they are very nice and comfortable. So let's talk about the containment in the Clifton 10. Now the upper of the Clifton 10 is the jacquard mesh. It is soft, as you can see, with a little padding on this one, so it feels very nice around the feet. The toe box width and height is good for most feet, with enough room for the toes to spread. There's ample padding along the collar and the heel counter, as well as a thick and soft padded tongue, so overall you get a very plush feel around the ankle. The upper is designed in such a way that it laps very nicely around the feet also, together with the padding here. So these give an excellent lockdown. They just feel like an extension of your feet as soon as you lock in these laces. So good lockdown both in the midfoot and in the heel. No hint of a heel slip at all here. Another thing that is worth mentioning is also that these midsoles have like a kind of side walls. So they curve up a little on the sides. What they do is that they cradle the feet, adding to that confident stride that you have inside these shoes, The upper is also relatively breathable. And on sizing, these ones fit through to size. I got my usual size here, US size 11, and they fit me perfectly. Now, when a shoe has great cushion and a nice containment, they are always very comfortable. But comfort alone does not make a great run. For a shoe to give you a fun run, the shoe has to be very comfortable and also give a nice ride. So it's time to talk about the ride of the Clifton 10. Now, there are 4 things that give a great ride in a running shoe. Number 1 is the response. Number 2 is how smooth is the transition. Number 3, stability. And then the 4th point is the weight. If a shoe has a good response, it makes takeoff easy. Now, when the transition is smooth, it adds to the ease of takeoff. The energy dissipated as you transition from landing to toe off is less. So you have more energy transferred to your forward movement. Now, stability, of course, you have a sure footing, sure feel. You are not worried about breaking your ankle. You're not worried about sprain or strain or anything. You just forget about the shoes and just run like you are running on your normal feet when the shoes are very stable. And then last but not the least is the weight. If the weight is so much, it will also be a lot of work lifting the shoes as you run. Now, when a shoe is lightweight, it gives you all the things that you need in a running shoe, while also not giving you too much extra work lifting them up and going forward as you run. Now, these shoes, like I mentioned, they compress very easily and they also rebound very nicely. The response from these shoes are pretty decent. They are not explosive by any means, but they are really, really good. I could go really fast tempo paces in these very easily. So the response in them, in as much as they are not explosive like a fresh pair of the Nova Blast, they are still good enough and can help you to get that nice ride that you are looking for. Now the next thing is the transition. Now this is where this shoe shines. If you take a good look at these shoes, you will see that this has a very smooth heel bevel, and then it's got this metal rocker in the forefoot here. So together, these give a very smooth transition from landing to toe up. So the smooth transition in this really adds to that ease of takeoff, making these shoes a little faster. And then stability. Well, stability is not the strong point of these shoes. But if you consider the stack height, the size of these shoes, and compare it to many other shoes in the same category, you will see that it is not far behind in terms of stability. It's not the most stable shoe out there, but it's pretty decent. And then the weight, that's another good point these shoes have. In my size, US size 11, these are weighing 295 grams. They are not feather light like the Nova Blast, but they are also lightweight when you compare it with other shoes. And when you put them on the feet, they actually do feel light. These shoes are much lighter than most other shoes of the same size. And even smaller shoes, these are like 23 grams lighter than the Nike Pegasus 41, for instance. And when you put them on feet, they actually do feel light. With a decent response, smooth transition, lightweight, and a decent stability, these shoes actually do give a great ride. So the superb comfort and the great ride make running in these shoes fun. So now I understand why these shoes appeal to a lot of runners, and it sure did appeal to me too. And then talking about the outsole also, the usual standard Hoka outsole, nice grip on dry pavement. Now let's talk about the things that I'm not so happy with. The first one is the price. These are selling for $150. That makes it out of reach for a lot of runners. Outside the US, most people are going to pay much more for these shoes. Like in this place, for instance, it costs in the range of $180 to $200.
And if you consider the competition too, like the Nova Blast 5 is about $10 cheaper. The second part is the response. Though these are decent, it can be better. With a better response, the shoes are going to be even more fun to run in. And again, the stability can also be better. These shoes are not that stable. Now, what will these shoes be good for? For me, these shoes are great for daily runs. All kinds of runs, easy, recovery, tempo runs. These shoes can handle most of these runs, except maybe on very fast sprint days for me. They are pretty versatile. And they are great for just walking too. If you want to use them just as walking shoes, and as casual shoes also, as you can see, they look great and they are very comfortable for all day wear also. So that's my take for these shoes, guys. I would like to know your thoughts on these ones. Have you used them, or are you planning on getting them? If you have used these shoes, what are your takes on them? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Other people also want to know about your experiences. That's the community we build to encourage ourselves, make better choices, make better runs. So that's it for this one, guys. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, share with your running buddies, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thanks for watching, and let me see you in the next one.